Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football. Back here at the clinic on the coast in Corpus Christi, Texas, here with the head coach of the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers, Coach Cal Neatherlin. Coach, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Sure, anytime. Glad to be here.
Coach, first off, last year you guys take another step in your program. You're building that program there at Carroll. You guys were able to get into the playoffs, had some nice wins on your resume, and I felt like you guys took another step in your progress. Looking back, now that you've had time to kind of step away from the season, your overall thoughts on the 2024 season for you guys?
Well, it was a really good season. We were really young, and we took some lumps early. We played some good teams. We lost a good Alice team. Vets, Memorial was good again. And then we lost to Brownsville St. Joseph on the final play. So we were pretty down early, but our kids believed in the process of what we were doing. And then we had a big win against Cal. And then we had a TM. We kind of got on the winning streak, got it back to level. And then, when you play Miller, that's pretty tough. And GP are also really good programs. But our kids kept bouncing back, and we got in the playoffs. And I felt like we gave Bernie a really good game. And, they went to the state semifinals.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of bright spots. A lot of kids grew up and got a lot of experience, and we're looking forward to good things next year.
Looking at that Cal Allen game, do you feel like that was kind of the turning point where your kids kind of were like, hey, what the coaches are saying is working? Like all the stuff we've been doing, it helped. It's buying in. Did you kind of feel that buy-in after that Cal Allen game?
Well, I think everything came together that game, but it was already building. Like we played Vets pretty good. They were just a little bit better.
Sure.
But we played a good game, and then the St. Joseph's game, they had some really good kids, and it was just like we were right there. But then just everything really came together the Cal game, and we played really well.
You mentioned the Bernie game, and interested in when you're building a program and you're taking those steps, you play a playoff game on the road, tough environment, long road trip going out to Bernie. Obviously, it didn't go the way you wanted, but do you feel like having that experience is going to pay those big dividends in 2025 because now your kids have seen what it's like to go on the road, tough environment, playing a really good team that can kind of carry over into 2025?
I think the biggest thing was our kids got into the playoffs. It was kind of an ordeal for us. We got to get them out of school early. We stopped at Southwest where they got to rest and, play on the field at Southwest because Coach Franco's a friend of mine. And then we got to Bernie. It was just a good experience because we got to bring a bunch of kids from JV and stuff like that, and they got to be a part of it and see the excitement of the game. And it was just a great deal for them.
Now, when you look at the 2025 offseason, now before we even get to the season, we got to talk about the offseason. And I know everybody wants to get bigger, wants to get stronger, wants to get faster, all those kind of things. But is there anything? What are you and your coaching staff really going to focus on with your kids as you get into your offseason program?
Well, just basically everything you just said, man. We have a lot of returners coming back. We have 9 guys on offense and like 7 on defense. And so we do have to, but we have to find the other good surprises, if that makes sense. We know like a lot of our kids who they're going to be and where, but we just got to find those guys that are going to be key contributors that we're not even expecting at this point, and hope they grow into that. Big.
You never have enough depth, right? Like that's one thing I've never heard a coach complain about is depth. So I mean, now you're looking to those teams that make those deep runs are usually they usually can the drop off between the 1s and 2s isn't very deep, and so is that where you're trying to build those young guys up to be those quality backups?
Yeah, especially like at our receiver spot, we're probably too deep at every spot, but some of those guys might even take some of the starter spots. You never know.
Sure.
And we have to see that on secondary. We're really concerned, like some of the kids that we did lose are the defensive line. And we have to find those guys.
Okay, defensive line.
Yeah, that if anything, especially the ends.
Is that where you're looking for maybe a young guy to kind of take that next step and grow up a little bit and mature, right?
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the coaches clinic a little bit here. The Coastal Big Clinic. For you having a clinic right down the road, or you can just get in your car and drive 5 minutes and go hear some really good speakers. What a great benefit that's got to be for you and your program.
Yeah, it's always awesome, and to see a bunch of your buddies too. Like you haven't seen in a while. You kind of hook up here and you talk ball, and there's nothing better than that.
It's I mean, that's what we're doing right now. Talking a little ball. Final question for you. Got to ask you about this. Have you found any new spots to eat in Corpus Christi? You found anything good yet, or your sister told me to ask you that, so I had to throw that.
Of course she would. I'm gonna have to get her later.
There you go.
You
got your usual staples.
Kiko's and Nico's, man, I love those. I'm kind of once I find a place, I'm right there.
You're a man of consistency, right?
Yes, I don't drift.
There you go. Well, Coach, appreciate it. Congrats on getting to the playoffs in 2024.
Appreciate it.
Good luck in 2025, and as always, we appreciate what you do for student athletes.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach.